Hello and welcome. I'm Mr. Chef Jay, and today we're going to talk about kitchen essentials. Today will be a topic about knives and what you should have in the kitchen at your disposal. So I'm going to talk to you about the 6 essentials that you should have in your kitchen block. You should have one chef's knife, a serrated bread slicer, a boning knife that's flexible or stiff, a paring knife, a set of kitchen shears, and a meat cleaver. So these are the 6 knives that you should have in your kitchen block. First we'll start off with the chef's knife. This is an 8-inch chef's knife. This is your utilitarian knife. This is the chop, cut, and slice the majority of all your vegetables and meats. This is a serrated bread knife. This is also good for slicing vegetables like tomatoes and onions. But it's mostly used for breads. This is your flexible boning knife. This is used for removing silver skin off of roasts. This is also for deboning chicken. A very useful tool is the paring knife. This is good for peeling potatoes and carrots and cucumbers. Your kitchen shears are fantastic for opening things up as well as deboning chicken. Make sure whenever you purchase the shears that they can come apart so they're easy to clean and maintain. And then last but not least is your meat cleaver. And this is also used for cutting and breaking down large pieces of meat, turkey, and poultry. Like I said before, the chef knife is the most important knife to have in your butcher block. And here I have several examples of chef's knives ranging from inexpensive to the most expensive. These Dexter knives are great to have because they're easy to maintain. However, they are a stamped steel, so they are brittle and they break easily. They're also difficult to sharpen and keep an edge, but with experience and time, these can turn out to be really great chef's knives to have in your chef block. This is an 8-inch. This is a more professional. It's got more of an ergonomical grip. This is a 10-inch Dexter. And then we move on to the 3 major classics, which are the Wusthof, the Henkel, and the Shun knives. Now these are knives that are highly sought after by most chefs because of the fact of several things that make these chef's knives great. Number 1 is the ergonomical handles. The knives typically have a full bolster. The spines are straight and the edge is curved, and so this makes it very nice for rocking, for doing vegetables and herbs, as well as slicing and chopping. This Henkel also is a very popular knife, and this is the one that I prefer. I've had this knife for 20 years, and it has a lifetime warranty. So if you ever drop it and break it, they always replace it by going to any place that sells this knife. And then all of these new knives with the half bolster are the Shun knives, and these are fantastic because these are great, lightweight, and easy to use. The Santoku is a folded steel, and it also has a scalloped edge, so food does not stick to it, and so it's easy to remove. These are great for all-purpose knives for cutting and chopping as well. Okay, so let's go into more detail about the chef's knives themselves. Now we've already talked about the first 3. And now we're going to talk about these 2 other ones. This is a yakitori, which is a 10-inch Damascus folded steel. It's a Japanese blade with a German handle. You can also see that it's a half bolster, so it doesn't have the full bolster like this does. So these are easier to grip and to chop and slice. I also have a Messermeister, which I use quite often in the kitchen, and this one has this perfect edge on it, so it's really good for rocking, cutting herbs, and slicing vegetables. Alright, so now let's talk about price. Now these Dexter knives, like I said before, are very economical. They run you anywhere from $20 to $40. I've used these quite often in the kitchen, and these are the ones that I give out to my kitchen staff and line cooks. This Wusthof Classic is a very nice knife. Runs about $150, and I thank you, Kyle Roll, for letting me borrow this. Again, this is the Henkel. These run about $150 to $200. Now this is an older knife. This is the Pro Series S. They don't make these anymore. The new ones are the Pro Series, and those are about $200 a piece. Again, those are lifetime warranty, and that was the main reason why I purchased this set of knives. This is a Shun knife. These are very popular with most chefs because they're light, they're balanced very nicely, and this is a very good knife to have at home because it holds its edge. This is also my wife's favorite knife out of the kitchen block. Then we have my favorite knife. This is a custom made knife. This is a 10-inch yakitori Japanese folded steel Damascus with a German handle and a half bolster. These knives can run you anywhere from $100 to thousands of dollars. Now, like I said before, this knife is just as important as this knife. They both function the same, and you need to find out what works best for you. I recommend Dexter, and I also recommend Shun, Henkel, Wusthof, and yakitori. It's basically just down to preference. Well, I had a lot of fun doing this video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, why don't you give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing below. And thanks for watching. Well, I had a lot of fun doing this video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, why don't you give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing below. And thanks for watching.